Hi, this is Jaime and Marlon from JuJitsu Heritage. And why am I speaking French? I got no idea.
It just feels right.
It feels right. So let me give you a little concept that I was talking here with Marlon. That this is the way that I learned it. The way that I learned JuJitsu, there's always an order. Number one, you manage your distance. Number two, you close the distance or you clinch. Three, you take down. Four, you pass the legs, which is basically passing the guard. Five, you establish a top position or a control position that is safe for you. And then six, you finish it. You submit the person or you beat them down. That's how I learned it. But all those steps, all those 6 steps within them, they have additional steps or additional orders which make it even safer. Like the first one is how you manage the distance. You first keep the distance. Second, you close the distance, or you move forward, and that's where we practice our like step back, step forward, step back, step forward. Even on the submission game, there is an order, and this is the order that was taught to me by my teachers because it's the safest approach. And it is as follows. First, always try to choke. Second, kansetsu, like the straight arms, and straight submissions. Third, wrist or jonkyo, or like finger locking. Fourth, legs. 5, toes or ankles. And the important is that each of them, those submissions, if you do them in that order, you can choke while still having a lot of control. When you do an armbar, you start losing control of the body. You still have relative good amount of control. When you're wrist locking, depending the position, typically you still have some type of control. When you're leg locking, that starts a higher risk of movement, because when you put your opponent on leg lock, typically, if you're not careful, you're also giving your opponent the ability to leg lock you. That's why one of the most famous moves from the ground is called the 50-50. Because yes, I'm very powerful, but so is it. And then from there, the ankle, you're trapping a very small area, and you have to trap it in a particular way that the other person can't escape it. But if you do it right, the other people, you tap them immediately. All right. So let's start with the first one, the choking part. Choke, then arms. So what we've been trying to do here is the first choke, the most basic choke. If you look at on the internet, they call it the cross choke. The traditional name is Jiaku Jime with a G. Jiaku, K-U, Jime. Jime in Japanese means choking. So everything that you hear, whatever Jime, you know they're choking somebody. Kataha Jime, Okuri eri Jime, Jiaku Nime, Kata Name Jime, Kata Jime, Name Jime. They're all just strangleholds. First one is Jiaku or cross choke. So I'll give you 2 tips. I'll do you the first version of it, and then we're calling it the French version because I started to do this because I was getting mad that Marlon didn't tap. So I'll do it like this. This is the first version in which Marlon will tap out of courtesy. Simple version, I like always to open, and because I don't have very strong wrist, I avoid bending my hands backwards. So you'll see that I'll pull him, and you see how I open? I put my hand in and I grab. And I know a lot of people will tell you put it as farther back as you can. The problem for me is that when I do this, you see how my hand opens, and I don't have the power typically to bring it back. So I keep it here. And then I put my other hand underneath. There's a lot of details of how to make this hand go in quicker. Like you can open yourself to the side. Once I'm here, this is the little trick. You're gonna see how I close and I pull the. You see, the only thing I'm doing is this move right here. That's the choke. Go and I go. Now, my Sensei Alex's father is called Herman. He also trains jiu-jitsu, and I always said that he always cheated because he used to do things with, he would just like kind of punch you in the throat, literally. So a trick that he will do is that if this didn't work, he will put the fist and just punch you straight in the throat, and that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But now the French version of this, this is the Marlon version, sometimes he doesn't tap here. So what I learned is if I put my hands outside and I straight them, he still taps. That's the French version. So if you look at it, you put in one hand in, compacting, wrist in, you pull to the chest. All right? Second, you have one hand in, person doesn't tap, so you can grab under and you're pushing the fist straight onto the person's neck and you pull. Third, it doesn't work, so I pull to my side and I straight the arms. Because you see, when I straight the arms, the space closes. That's the third way he chokes, right? I'll release it a little so you can see it a little bit better with Martin, and I can extend the move without him tapping earlier. So one more time. I go one hand in. I'm gonna put it even lower. This is incorrect, but I want to show the whole move. So I put the other hand in. He didn't tap, so I bring him towards my chest. I take a deep breath, and I'm just gonna open my chest. And that's the tap. Second, this is like the move that Sensei Alexander's father used to do a lot to me, which is he puts the fist and then he just pulls with the other hand. That one just, I mean, if you do that to me, I get kind of mad. Just to like, you know, I couldn't get mad at him because he will always beat me, but I'm just letting you know. So here, they don't work. They didn't work. Marlon is too strong. So you see how I point my hands the other way and I push, and that's the tap. Yep. I hope you guys are training. There is a very unique way I used to train this, and I'll show you, because when I had no partner, the way I used to drill this was doing an app. We had an app workout that actually trained that, and this is the way that I did it. I used to put my fingers, I try to point them as much as I can to the ground, and then I'm gonna just shoot up. I try to open as much as I can. Fingers are pointing to the ground, so I feel this all stretch, and this is how I try. And what you're learning is this concept that once you're here, you're shooting the hands in. You can have your partner here, you're playing with a gi, you're rolling with him. Once you shoot the hands in, and that's it. That's it. Make sense?
Yes.
I mean, jokes aside, I hope you guys are doing good. You're doing safe.
Not too bored at home.
Not too bored.
This is why we send you this, so you can spend like at
Show
least
yeah.
4, 5, 10 minutes.
Of course.
A day.
Find a little. I know it's social distancing, but find a little time just to see outside. It's beautiful, and I truly hope when this is over we can get all back together and choking each other out, and except with the fist one. I taught you that one. Don't do it to me. I really don't like it.
You could try it on me someday. I don't like it either, just warning you.
But thank you again, and I hope you're all safe, and I hope this passes pretty soon. Okay? Thank you for all the support. Bye. There you go.